What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. I've long said that President Trump is the only legitimate candidate in the 2024 presidential election. That's because they swapped out the damn candidate who he was supposed to be running against just a few days ago. Kamala Harris, we don't know where the hell she is. She's been living under a rock. Nobody's seen her. Nobody's heard from her. She has nothing on her schedule. She's not real. Fugazi. She didn't get a single vote. She's an illegitimate candidate. They swapped out the batter. They swapped out the person. And now they expect everybody to play by the same rules. That's not how it works. I liken this to a date with my wife. I know who my wife is. I've been married to her for 7 years. We have 4 kids together. I know when I'm on a date with my wife. If I make a plan to go on a date with my wife and Gorlock the Destroyer or Dylan Mulvaney shows up, I'm going to be like, I'm not going on this date. You've changed the person. That changes fundamentally the date that we are planning to have. And I'm not going to go out and date Gorlock the Destroyer. Like, what about this don't you understand? So now Kamala Harris is making all these demands of President Trump. And this is something that obviously really sent sort of a lightning bolt through my brain. Somebody asked me this during our DNC convention streams. Was the setup really against Donald Trump, not against Joe Biden for the debate earlier in the summer? Because what if Trump had just said no to that debate? He'd still be running against Joe Biden, and Trump would be winning 40 states, right, in the election. They just do the debates in October. Well, maybe they set up Trump more than they set up Biden, because Kamala Harris they're able to massage and make her a stronger candidate through propaganda than they ever were able to do so with Joe Biden. And so Donald Trump agreeing to that debate earlier in the summer, maybe that was a Trump setup, not a Joe Biden setup. You ever think about that? It's crazy to think about. Anyway, President Trump is suggesting he may skip the ABC News debate. This is the debate that Joe Biden agreed to, but they've swapped out the candidate. Therefore, because Kamala Harris is illegitimate, that doesn't mean Donald Trump is under no obligation to show up to Joe Biden's debates. Okay, I watched the ABC News. ABC News this morning says President Trump, both lightweight reporter Jonathan Karl, ridiculous and biased interview, and also so-called panel of Trump haters. And I asked, why would I do a debate against Kamala Harris on this network? Will panelist Donna Brazile give questions to Marxist candidate like she did with crooked Hillary Clinton? That's a matter of fact. Donna Brazile was a former DNC chairwoman. She gave the questions for a CNN debate ahead of time to Hillary Clinton. Will Kamala's best friends, who heads up ABC, do likewise? Where is George Slopadopoulous hanging out now? Will he be involved? They got a lot of questions to answer. Why did Harris turn down Fox, NBC, CBS, and even CNN? Stay tuned, says President Trump. Stay tuned. What are we staying tuned to? We're not exactly certain. We don't know what President Trump's going to do. He hasn't announced anything yet. But his team has been on the offensive, right? Speaking of offensive, the amazing clip from ABC News. Now, Jonathan Karl calling out Kamala Harris's use of Donald Trump's border wall for a campaign ad.
But if you take a look at that ad, and one thing that I found striking is if you look, and I think we have the images here, there are at least 3 points in that ad that show the border wall, Donald Trump's border wall. Is it now the position of the Democrats that they favor the border wall?
So yeah, people are getting desperate here. Kamala Harris is going to say that this is her wall. Why would ABC News give a fair shake to Donald Trump? President Trump is right. It's always him making the concessions. He went on CNN. He went into the hostile National Association of Black Journalists. ABC News is run by friends of Kamala Harris. I wouldn't do it either, right? Trump is correct. He's walking into an ambush, people are saying. Well, it's Trump's campaign saying. Trump's campaign is saying, well, our instincts tell us that something really bad is going to happen here at this debate because they keep changing the rules. Kamala Harris is looking for an off-ramp. She doesn't want to debate Trump. Watch.
You.
Bianca, good afternoon.
I want to clear up some of the information that's being tossed out about this muted microphone situation. You heard it right there from the Harris campaign. They're saying Trump can't control himself. Weren't the rules already set that this would be the same as Biden, and now they're just trying to change it up?
Yeah, and Bianca, we know President Trump is fearless. He's out there debating and taking tough questions every single day. He's done the big press conferences. He's done the big sit-downs. And it's now 36 days in, and Kamala Harris has not done a single interview or press conference. But let's just back up real quick here on the debate. So the Democrats wrote the rules. for the CNN debate, and we saw what happened. President Trump knocked out Joe Biden. And then the Democrats wanted the exact same rules, the CNN rules, to be applied to the ABC debate. Both camps accepted. And then now, and I think this is probably just a shameless attempt, either A, to try to clutter the news today because it's the third anniversary of the botched Afghanistan withdrawal, or I think Kamala Harris might be looking for an off-ramp. But here's the thing. President Trump is fearless. He said just a few moments ago that he would be open to doing it with open mics. But the issue is the rules were agreed to, and now they want to change them. And when you look at ABC, they're just such a biased network. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see insofar as the microphones, but not we'll see as far as Donald Trump showing up, because they're trying to say that he's trying to find a way out. And you're saying absolutely that is not the case.
No, I think Kamala Harris is trying to find a way out. I think that's what the reality of the situation is. And because, Bianca, here's an important thing. They've started their debate prep already, and I think they're probably looking at the answers that she's giving and realizing that she's not ready to go toe-to-toe with President Trump. She can't stand on that debate stage and answer something as basic as, why did you let 20 million illegals into the country? What have you done that actually deserves a promotion to the next level? And so, anyways, I think
that was Jason Miller talking about, the setup of the debate. Donald Trump, at a campaign stop earlier today, said that, they really want Kamala effectively to not debate. The goal here is to push Donald Trump to the point where Donald Trump's like, screw it, I'm not doing these debates, and Kamala can claim a victory. Here's Trump.
Kamala Harris does end up being the Democrats' nominee. Will you commit to debating her at least one time?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'd want to. I think it's important. I'm not thrilled about ABC because they're truly fake news. I watched last night. They're actually trying to make a hero out of Joe Biden when he was the worst president in history.
Jose,
many are saying online, these are Trump allies, saying, finally somebody at Team Trump is using their brains. Why would you debate on ABC News when she dodged a Fox News debate? Donald Trump went on CNN. He did a debate early. That's Donald Trump's mea culpa. Okay, that's Donald Trump's like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Now it's time for Kamala Harris to come on Fox News and debate Donald Trump on his turf, right? She's the one who is illegitimate. Donald Trump's the one who is actually a legitimate candidate. And remember, ABC News actually blurred out Donald Trump's campaign sloganing here. They're blurring out the text Trump number. Okay, what does this say about ABC News? It's totally and completely and utterly biased. It's staffed with people who are biased, and they will rig it against Trump. A lot of people saying, well, Donald Trump should just do it. Like, who the hell cares? You'll bury Kamala. Nobody on the internet wants Donald Trump to bury Kamala more than me on this channel. But I'm telling you that I've seen them capable of rigging these debates. They can do it. They did rig a debate already against Trump by offering Donald Trump to debate Joe Biden so early. If they just done normal debates, then Joe Biden would still be the candidate right now, and Donald Trump would be winning 40 states. Donald Trump would be up by 20 points. Instead, Donald Trump's up by 1 point because they did the hot swap, and they were able to use that debate against Joe Biden. So they've already done it. We've watched them do it against Mitt Romney, Barack Obama. I've seen enough. Okay, I don't trust these people. And they're going to say that Donald Trump isn't brave, that Donald Trump's scared of debating Kamala Harris when he walked into North Korea with dictator Kim Jong-un, who's still at war with America. North Korea and America are still at war. These two guys are still technically at war. This is what actual bravery looks like. Don't let them psyop you. Maybe the other reason that they're so scared about this is because Tulsi Gabbard is the one who's prepping Donald Trump to debate Kamala Harris. Tulsi Gabbard is the person who ended Kamala Harris's entire career in 2020. And I think she's going to do it again. She also just endorsed President Trump. This was what happened last time Kamala Harris and Tulsi Gabbard met on a debate stage. Career over. Watch.
Congresswoman Gabbard, you took issue with Senator Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate. You called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail
Congresswoman.
system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response?
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about reentering former offenders and getting them counseling. It is why, and because I know that criminal justice system is so broken, that I am an advocate for what we need to do to not only decriminalize, but legalize marijuana in the United States.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. Your response,
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Senator Harris.